All right, happy Monday, everybody. So we actually just got our shipment of Armageddons in. So I figured I was going to go to open one up for you, see what all the stuff looks like, and kind of give you my thoughts on some of the kits that are in here. Some of the stuff that's in these boxes, actually all of the stuff that's in these boxes, is going to be in the upcoming starters they're going to release. So they will not be in short supply, but right now there are a lot of people looking for a bunch of the different stuff that's in here until they announce the starters or release some of it on its own. So what we have is a ton of plastic. There's the bases. Here is... let me scoot this over so we can get a better look at some of this stuff. This is the war track. I'm actually kind of excited to see this thing come back. Because I remember way back when, back in the 90s when this thing came out, it was in Gorka Morka boxes and stuff like that. And it was a really cool kit. Even being push fit, they're actually pretty intricate. Because they're not like the old, like the bikes that they had from Indomitus, I think it was. Where they had just they were essentially just two halves put together. But yeah, so that's the first orc bit there. This looks like Space Marine Ancient, some of the new Eradicators with the heavy bolters. Another character, it looks like. Actually, it looks like a librarian. He's got a big book. So, a librarian. And on here, it looks like this is the war boss and a Space Marine captain. Captain with shield. That's pretty cool. Very popular Weird Boy with the flailing tentacles of cables behind his head. The Orc War Banner guy. Very cool. That's what I was going to look at. What I really wanted to see. This is the Land Speeder. You have Land Speeder's got choices of heads. So it's push fit, but you still have a lot of options, which is kind of cool. So you've got, looks like the undermounted guns. You got a flamer. This is probably for the top. I like this. Hopefully this one will be easier to put together than the old kit, which was a bit of a pain. So, and then we've got sprues of Marines. Lots of Marines with head options. Lots of head options. See, there may not be a lot of options. I think it's probably like this is the Sergeant with helmet and without. And then you've got some using older Mark helmets, like this guy here. Using a Mark 7, I think. Lots of cool bits. And then we've got what looks like 2 sprues of boys. So these guys are push fit, but you get 2 sets on here. So, and I believe these also have options, so you can assemble them with sluggas and choppas, and or with shootas. So very cool. Then this is more characters. Yeah, because there's a librarian. There's the ancient. And there's several of them. You can see them on the side of the box. There's a captain, and there's the chaplain, which is actually going to be really cool. So I think this is, I think he might be part of this sprue here. But yeah, there's a lot of really cool stuff in these. Yeah, here's that new, the Orc Walker. Pretty sizable sprue. There's a lot of really cool bits on here to start with, so I'm hoping that when they actually make this kit properly as a multi-part, they give you more weapon options and stuff like that. Although you do seem to have a whole lot of really cool, just really cool pieces on this that you can use for other stuff. There's a bunch of exhaust right there, a missile rack. There's the boy sitting there. That's his back half, front half. There's his head, big guns. That's going to be cool. You can probably mount that on the front of a truck. There's all this, and there's all of the bases in here. Then in here, that's the rules pack. And cannot forget the transfer sheet that is in here. I just have to, come on, static electricity is not your friend. And a loose head. This goes to one of the eradicators. This is nice. Always like seeing the big giant transfer sheets they come with. Like this is all these Crimson Fists. These are, I think they had them in another box set before. Then you got some White Scars, Goths, Evil Suns, Bad Moons, generic Space Marine transfers here on the side, Salamanders, Blood Angels, and Ultramarines, of course. But yeah, big giant transfer sheet. These are really, really nice. Enough transfers on here to accommodate every Marine in there, and just put some flavor all over your orcs. So that's pretty cool. And then in here, we have the Armageddon rule set. All the rules for the game, cards, hardcover Operations Imperator book. I think this might be, yeah, this is the all of the lore and paint showcase. Pretty cool stuff. I like that. All of the lore is in this one book here. And then there's your assembly guide. And then here you have your rule book. These are the core rules for the game. Then advanced rules. That is awesome. Then down here, these should be the data cards for all of these units in this box set. Yep, there we go. Each unit's got its own data card set, so land speeder, eradicators. Yeah, all this, it's really cool stuff. I like this box set. I think when they release the starters individually, it is going to be really nice. So you can have a little bit of everything in there. And you have your two big card sets, Chapter Approved and Dominatus. I actually haven't looked to see what each one of these is for. So this Dominatus one looks like it's the scenarios and things of that nature. So we'll have to look at all of these individually to see what each card set is, but you get two full card sets in here. So you get everything you need for two people to start playing. Each army is supposed to be about 750 points. I think this is the one with all the scenarios. Yeah, so yeah, this is all the scenarios and stuff. I'll actually put that together later. But yeah, I mean, there's a lot to it. There's a lot of plastic. It's really well done push fit, to be honest. It's a lot of detail for these guys. There'll be some good holdovers until they actually release the proper box sets for these guys. So yeah, because on the back of here, you've got the captain, chaplain with jump pack, librarian, ancient, 10 intercessors. The intercessors are probably going to be, they may or may not re-release the box set, because the intercessor box is pretty good. They may actually release a new one with all so you can actually have mixed heads. Or they may release a helmet set, because the multi-part already does all of everything that you can do in here. Librarian, ancient, intercessors, Vanguard veterans. I'm waiting for the new box set for these guys, because that should be nice. Eradicators with heavy bolters and the land speeders. Some of these may end up being box sets on their own until GW actually does the box set similar to the Outrider boxes. Like, I think this is the Walker is probably going to get his own box set temporarily. The characters possibly will be released that way as well. The Land Speeder, looking at the way this is just 2 sprues. I think this is probably going to be a box set on its own until they actually replace it with a proper multi-part kit. Some of these I think are going to be like that. Most of the ones from Indomitus were not. There were some select ones that were. Like, I think they'll probably do this as a kit on its own. This is the War Track. Probably a new kit. It'll be a kit on its own until they release the one that has all of your options on it. So this, I don't think, has all of the options. So yeah, but that is Armageddon. We'll be looking through some of this, see what can be parted out for bits and what cannot be. And yeah, I'll look for those coming into the shop later on this week.